Hello all and welcome to Zlin channel. So in this video, I will explain about why we are using 3-star rather than having the 4-star equipments, armors, and also accessories. So if you click into your bag itself, you can see right now the equipments that I'm using, the weapons uh, mostly are 3-star. So the reason is that it's due to the awakening effect that applies to the equipment itself. And one thing that if you are still early in the game itself, 1-star and 2-star does not give you the awakening effect. Even if you have awakened it. So the purpose of the 1 and 2-star awakening is just purely for the collections purpose. And yeah, that's just for the collections. And if you have any equipment, start with the 3-star and it will start give you the awakening effect. And why you should not use the 4-star compared to the 3-star is quite simple. So if let me just compare around like my fire weapon here. So you can see on the screen 3-star fire weapon. Right now it's Awakening 5. So you can see from Awakening 1, you will have like fire attack, and when you go into 3, there's additional one more slot that is unlocked. And if you go into 7th, I believe, yeah. So 6 is still locked. 7th, you will also have another additional one. And when it goes to 10, of course, you will get the full awakening power, so the fire attack is stronger. So you can see on the 3-star weapon, it focuses on the fire attack, which is add to your damage. So if let's say you are farming for the nature type, the leaf type monster out there. So the fire attack give you a better damage because of uh, the elemental reactions of it. And why you should not use your 4-star is because when you click on your 4-star itself, it lost that elemental thing. So if you compare area of the 4-star, so this one it's actually adding basic attack damage. I'm not sure if yeah, if it's the same for every weapon, I believe it's the same, so it doesn't have like the Genshin Impact theory, you get a drop, you have different kind of awakening for different weapon, but this is kind of straightforward, so you can see right now, if we are using 4-star, it add to the basic attack damage, so even if you equip a fire weapon itself, it doesn't add a fire damage towards to the leaf type of mobs there. So you can see this is why it's different. And by using the basic damage attack, I mean, if you are using a 4-star, it actually adds the basic attack damage, which it will, of course, you do not enjoy the fire attack that you have on a 3-star, which means if I can conclude it in a way that if you are versusing a leaf type monster out there and you are using a 4-star, the attack deal to it is much more towards to like the normal attack. So the powerful thing that you are doing damage to the monster is at the normal attack. But then the most important thing is the elemental reactions kind of things like the fire attack itself. Yeah, I could say that you will kill slower because of losing this effect at here. This is what I think. So you can always check out your character. So this is your total attack. So if you're using a 3-star, it add the fire attack for you. But then if you're using the 4-star weapon itself, it just add to the basic attack damage, which is on the top this one. But then if you see when you're killing the mob itself, most of the time the white color one is actually the basic attack, and you can see it is quite less. And those with the colorful one is mostly due to the elemental difference. So that is the elemental attack, and also some critical out there. I could not different. Yep, critical will have a critical on top of the colorful, the yellow one. But then you can see the elemental attack actually deals more damage to the mobs. So if I'm having a low CP and I'm equipping myself with the 4-star weapon, and because of the awakening effect here is adding the basic attack damage, so it doesn't really add much to me unless if I have high basic attack. So if I would like to rely on the white color damage there, by adding like just now as I see, if let's say 16% on top of it, it doesn't really exceed the one that I'm using the elemental damage. So you can see the elemental damage there. If when you add the 16% into the basic, it doesn't have much kind of different. But then the fire attack plus 7.5, it makes deal because you can see the calculations out there is that if you equip it with that, you can see the damage numbers are quite high, and even it is less percentage, but then due to the elemental kind of things, it benefit a lot. So this is why I'm still using my 3-star. And if you say that, oh no, I have used all my resources on the 4-star, but then you still having your 3-star. So what you can do is, if let's say you are using your fire weapons, you are killing the leaf mobs out there. So what you can do is just to equip your 3-star weapon on the second slot here. So this is something shared by one of the YouTube comment out there. So really thanks for this information. I kind of miss out yeah, this idea. So thanks for the heads up. So if you equip it into here, means that so you will be still using your 4-star. You will still using your 4-star equipment out there, but then because you equip the 3-star, so you still enjoy the awakening effect. Um, the CP doesn't really do that much because if let's say I compare this one, yeah, the CP is something that we don't really focus much. Attack 1004 for this one. This is 600, and for this one here, this is 400. And this here. So basically, if you want to compare, let's say, hey, if I equip a different elemental one, I will gain more on the attack. Yes, but also no. It depends on the 3 slot. Select the most, the least one that give you the attack, and just replace with the elemental that you want to use for, and then yeah, basically it adds up to the fire attack. I mean, you would like to focus on the elemental damage. That's where you put your 3-star and the 4-star together at the same slots. Let me just go to the fire map. Or maybe I would do I have a 4-star? Yep, okay. So I can use my dark weapon to demon. So you can see this is damage to light monster plus 5. So it's actually adding the darkness attack to it. So let me just see right now. Let's see what's the damage deal to it. Yep, you can see around like 4,000, 13,000, blah blah. Let me just equip this one into this leaf here because my fire weapon is actually stronger, so I do not want to lose that one. So if my CP has reduced, and you can see that the attack that I deal with my light damage, you can see it hits like 41k. Just now I could see 141k. It seems to be more damage. You can see my attack actually lower down. You can see like 800 damage, which just now is around like 2000. But then, so the basic attack is basically this basic attack. When we click on this one, this gun here, this is the basic attack. But then when we try to do the elemental attack damage, it's much more rely on the skills here. So this is the elemental damage. And you should also see that, let me just go to my character skills. So there are three kind of different skill in there. So one is actually the class skill. So this one reacts to your elemental as well. So it reacts to your elemental, and there's also one called as the special skills, which you can put different kind of elemental skills into it. Depends on which field you are fighting for. And I saw one of the weapon out there. So this is basic attack damage, as I said. Damage to darkness monster. Uh, Yep, so if you see the water weapon here, the extra awakening effect is actually on the special skill damage. So that means for this one here, it's only adding damage for these slots here. So if you see back on the character skills, this is called as the class skill, and this is actually the special skill. So by equipping the 4-star water weapon, I'm not sure if you have the same awakening, but I believe so. It only adds benefit if you have really high level skills on here, but if let's say I'm an engineer, my skills is adding basic attack and this is healing effect. So I might want to add some attack skills into here so I could maximize the usage of this awakening here. So if you are not using any skills or you do not have any skills book or stuff, this would probably go into waste. So if you only have two slots and your skills level are not that high, and due to also the cooldown period of it, you have a long cooldown period. So the effect of killing the mobs is getting slower. So in this way, for the water weapon, I would rather use the Tracer, which add the water attack and accuracy rather than the 4-star which focus on the special skill damage, which I really do not have any skills on it. So you can see right now my special skills is kind of lousy for all those attack. So I would recommend that you stay with the 3-star weapons for the water weapon there. And I guess this would be all for this video. Since I gave some of the sample, you can do the comparison by your own. Always check out what is the awakening effect. Yeah, you can check the awakening effect here. Sorry, I was dumbfounded. Yeah, but you can always check the awakening effect here. So you can see the water weapon itself when you awaken it to 10. It just adds the special skills damage here. It adds the accuracy and critical damage. So for the water attack itself, you can see at here it doesn't really add that much to it. You can see here, so it doesn't really make much difference for the water attack. So if you are fighting a fire, is it fire? No, sorry, the eh, water water to fire, yeah, water to fire. So you are fighting with the fire mobs out there. So it does add, but then if you are awakening until 10 for that 4-star, it's kind of hard to reach that level. And if you could awaken your 3-star weapon, the water attack is much more enough with the water attack plus 10% here. So I think this would be all for this video here, and I hope this video is helpful for you to understand why you should use 3-star compared to 4-star. Yeah, if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.